Good evening and welcome to our 2019 Fall Sports Awards evening. My name is TJ Rockwell. I'm proud to serve as your athletic director here at Perry High School. I'm happy to say that we had an outstanding fall, both on and off the field, and that's what we're here to celebrate tonight. So we have a nice crowd here. Thanks for coming out and sharing your time with us this evening to celebrate a great fall season. It's one of the unique, fall's always tough because we've had some sports that have been done for a month. Some have been done longer. We had some compete last weekend. We still have a team alive competing. So we're sort of all over the place. Some people have started winter practices, some haven't. So it's a unique time, but we thank you for coming out and spending some time with us tonight to honor and recognize our outstanding student athletes. For those of you who haven't been here before, I'll give you a quick rundown of how the evening will work. Hopefully all of you have a program here. Each head coach will have the opportunity to come up and talk about their individual teams and some of their successes. We'll honor our all Chagrin Valley Conference selections, first team, second team, honorable mention, any other postseason honorees as well. And then each coach, if appropriate, will present an MVP at the conclusion of their talk. So that'll sort of give us an overview of everything that's happened this fall. And then some teams will break out this evening. It is listed on the first page of your program if your teams are breaking out, so please refer to that if you are. There are some teams that we're going to meet separately on a different evening. That is all there in your program for you. Also, to celebrate the academic side of things tonight, Mr. Porcello and I will be honoring our all-academic Chagrin Valley Conference teams here. We're going to get that going here in just a few minutes. And that honor goes to any senior with a 3.25 cumulative GPA and they have to be lettering 2 years in their particular sport. So we'll do that in just a moment and then turn it over to the coaches, again, to celebrate all of our successes. And I will let them tell you everything. I'm not going to get into or steal anybody's thunder, so we'll leave it to the coaches tonight. Before we get started with that part of our program, I do have a few thank yous that I'd like to give shout-outs to, first of all, our athletes for all that you guys and gals do for our programs. I say it up here every time, and it probably gets old, but very rarely now do we have sports where our student athletes are participating for 2 or 3 months, and then that's it. It's almost a year-round sport. It's 11 months, 10 months, whatever it may be. All the dedication that everybody that you guys give to our Perry Pirate Athletic Department and our programs are greatly appreciated. Our coaches for, again, all of our off-season program, in-season, 10, 11 months that you spend with our student athletes, away from your friends, family, etc. Truly appreciate it. And last but certainly not least are our parents. All the schedule changes, late nights, being there for your son and your daughter through the thick and thin, being there for all of these years. We know, again, it doesn't start necessarily. I don't think many of us in this room started participating just as a freshman. All the years that have gone to it, the student athletes, you should truly thank your parents for all that they've done for you from an athletic side of things, for all that time and energy they give. To Dr. Thompson and our Board of Education for their continued support of all of our athletic departments and all of our causes. Mr. Porcello, Mr. Niedzwicki, for all that they do, sort of my partners in crime here in the fall and especially the winter, being at a lot of events and being visible. I know our kids appreciate it. Sheila Dickwitz and Linda Kirsch from our transportation department, getting our kids to and from safely, dealing with our schedule changes again, sort of sometimes at the last minute. Jim Smith and his maintenance and custodial staff for taking extra special care of all of our facilities. If you guys look around here, I try to say this as often as I can, but if you go to other schools, if you've lived in other school districts, I've worked at a couple of other school districts, we are very fortunate here. The facilities are top-notch, they're top-rate, and a lot of it has to do not only with the great history we have here from a school district standpoint, but the constant attention that they get from our maintenance and custodial staff. So thank you to Jim and his department. To Mrs. Ovens, my secretary and assistant, she puts everything together. She does everything. She runs our department. Without her, I would be lost. Most of you guys know that. It's a broken record. I say it all the time. If you need an answer, Mrs. Ovens has it 99.9% of the time. So thank you to her for everything she does for our athletes and for our program. The Booster Club. Just a quick save the date out there. Saturday, February 22nd is our next booster event. I can promise you we will not have any athletic events that day or evening. We've cleared it. We're going to have a reverse raffle down at the Perry Center on Saturday, February the 22nd. Boosters do a great job, really helping our programs with the things that are above and beyond sort of the call of duty, above and beyond just the supplies and the uniforms, and helping our programs thrive. So they do an outstanding job. We just sold $14,000 worth of Perry Pirate cards this fall. That's just one of. We don't do a ton of fundraising. We don't do 10 things. We're not asking for things on a monthly basis, but we do the golf outing, we do the pirate cards, we do the reverse raffle. So I encourage you to participate in the reverse raffle. We look for one team, each team to have a table of people. That would be outstanding on Saturday, February 22. So that's it. We're going to get things started here this evening. Again, all of our coaches will be coming up here momentarily, but at this point in time, I'd like to call up our high school principal, Mr. Todd Porcello, and he will help hand out our all-academic certificates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is a senior award only. Seniors, 3.25 cumulative GPA and a 2-year letter winner in their sport. These are in alphabetical order. We start out this evening representing our cheerleading program, Sarah Anderson. Boys soccer, Colin Andre. Football, Jack Blaurock. Football, Cameron Brewster. Boys golf, Nick Carnevale. Back to football, and Alec Gonzalez. Football, Jacob Holroyd. Cross country, Camille Homoya. Boys golf, Emery Hunt. Football, Josh Korth. Girls soccer, Alyssa Leopard. Cross country, James Lucha. Cheerleading, Anna Nidzwicki. Girls soccer, Alexis No. Football, Jarrett Novak. Boys soccer, David Paquin. Boys soccer, Alex Perez. Girls tennis, Meredith Robinson. Football, Anthony Rosati. Boys soccer, Kyle Rowan. Football, Drew Sciano. Volleyball, Amanda Schultz. Football, Noah Stevenson. Volleyball, Rachel Underwood. Girls soccer, Hannah Wolf. And volleyball, Candace Woodward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 26 student athletes this year earned all academic CBC. Let's give them one more round of applause. Excellent job, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned previously, this is the time of our program where all of our head coaches have the opportunity to come up here on stage and recognize the accomplishments of each of their teams and present some postseason awards and their MVPs. We're going to start our program off this evening with our head cross-country coach for both our girls and our boys program, Mr. Bill Sarvis.
I didn't say it. It's not even right. They may have wanted to. As Mr. Rockwell stated, we're incredibly fortunate to have such tremendous support for everything that we do in this district, and that definitely includes the reason that we're here tonight to celebrate every student athlete that participated in fall sports. I'd like to thank our administration, our transportation department, our custodial services, our athletic department, and our amazing parents for all collaborating to make this a fantastic experience for the athletes in our program. I'd like to add to that list of thank yous our assistant coach, Kristen Thomas. There she is. Without her, our athletes would not have enjoyed the success that they experienced this season. Coach Thomas gives so much of her time to our athletes and has been an incredible role model and superior source of wisdom and friendship to everyone involved with our program. Thank you, Kristen. There. Steve Prefontaine, arguably the greatest distance runner our nation has ever produced, once said that to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. I was blessed to work with two teams this fall that took this to heart, as I witnessed so many practices and meets that saw, oh, thank you, little light Demi, that saw the members of our men's and women's teams give so much of themselves to discover what gifts, what talents that they were given. The boys' team showed an incredible amount of performance-based growth this season. Several members of the team established season or lifetime personal best times. Season highlights included a 7th place finish at the McDonough Invitational in Cleveland, a 4th place finish at the Cardinal Invitational in Middlefield, and a 6th place finish at the Madison You Want to Come Back Invitational. That's in Madison. The boys finished 7th in the CVC Chagrin Division, and 2 members of the team received conference honors, Isaac Balistreri and James Lucha. Come on up, fellas. Isaac, James. Above all, I must say that I absolutely enjoyed working with the boys team this year. The chemistry and character of the team was unbelievable. As much as I appreciated their growth as runners, I was even more impressed by their growth as people. Each week, the team represented the Perry colors with class, and I cannot begin to thank you enough for showing such great pride in what you do. From the work ethic demonstrated on the 6 days that no one saw, to the grit and determination that you displayed on race day, I couldn't be more proud of the great people that you've become, fellas. Thank you for such a wonderful season. The Boys' Most Valuable Runner Award will be presented to a gentleman that has shown significant improvement in a short amount of time in this sport. He's become a tremendous leader and incredible supporter of his teammates in both the men's and ladies' programs, and went from barely making the varsity team last season to leading his team in several races this season. The most valuable runner for the boys this season is senior James Lucha. On to the ladies. The Lady Harriers enjoyed another winning season. The team finished with a 103-40 record, and highlights of the regular season performances included runner-up finishes at Salem, Cardinal, and the Madison You Want to Come Back Invitationals. At the Bertle CVC League Championship meet, the team finished a strong fourth behind two teams that qualified for state last season in Division II and a third team that qualified for regionals in Division I. Several of the team members earned all-conference honors at the meet, and I ask each of you to come up and be recognized as I call your name. Corey Lynch, first team All-CVC. Camille Hamolia and Alyssa Viss, second team All-CVC. And Julia Bystrom and Caitlin Newsom, honorable mention All-CVC. The team had a great run in the postseason. Sorry about the bad pun. They started with a fourth place finish at the district meet in Madison, and that fourth place finish enabled the ladies to take a place at the starting line at the regional meet held Saturday, October 26th in Youngstown Boardman. At the regionals, the ladies had their finest performance of the year, finishing 10th out of 20 of the best teams in the state, let alone in our region. 5 of those 6 teams that qualified for state were in the top 10 at the state meet the following week. So our region, just like in every sport, I think, in Northeast Ohio, is brutal. Can't say enough about what the ladies did. It was an excellent year, and I can't wait for next season to begin. The Most Valuable Runner Award will be presented to an individual that came a long way in a short amount of time as a runner. She led her team in each meet, had 4 top 10 invitational finishes, was first team All-CVC. She was 6th at districts and narrowly missed a berth at the OHSAA State Championship meet. Did I mention this is her first year as a runner? Please join me in congratulating sophomore Corey Lynch as the ladies' most valuable runner for 2019. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Sarvis. Moving on, we are going to recognize our cheerleading program and their head coach, Mrs. Shannon Horsfall. Shannon.
Thank you and good evening. I just want to talk quickly about a few highlights we had this season. First was the cheerleading showcase, which the girls participated in just a few weeks ago out at Cuyahoga Heights High School. The girls did amazing and represented our school and community well. And we are so excited that we are actually hosting the cheerleading showcase next year. It is very large. I think this year there was 17 teams, so it's a pretty big event for us, and it's exciting that we get to be a part of that now. The girls and I also volunteered this summer at the Cleveland Food Bank. Thank you to Anna, who did all the hard work to make her vision a reality. There's no better feeling than giving without the thought of receiving anything in return. We also cheered our first ever volleyball game. That was fun. A little challenging. You don't realize how loud that gym is until those other set of bleachers aren't down. It was very echoey, but we had an amazing time. We're very thankful to be a part of it. And it was such a special night to be a part of. Cheerleading also taught us so much this season. It taught us the value of strong work ethic, the value of trusting the person next to you, and the value of pushing through hardships and obstacles. It went beyond supporting others and encouraging sportsmanship and pride for our school. I'm proud of all these young ladies, not only for their dedication, but for their willingness to understand the importance of the process. It's a little bittersweet this year to be losing the two seniors. Anna and Sarah have been a part of this program for 4 years now, and they've been through the highs and the lows, and there were a lot of lows, and they never gave up, even when things got really hard. These two young ladies are special to me, and they did so many things the right way. They lead by example with confidence and honesty, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for them. It truly has been an honor to be their coach. I also want to thank Coach Stacy Harvey for all she does for our program and all the cheerleaders. They always represent our school in the first-class manner, and we had a great season. I also want to thank Michelle Lanzai, who bravely stepped in to be our new booster rep. I appreciate you already. Thank you. Lastly, I just want to quickly thank Brady Stevenson. Is he here tonight? No, I'm sure his mom and dad are here, right? Okay. I've thanked him 100 times. I thank him every time he runs those flags, every touchdown. Sometimes it's 10 times a game, sometimes it's just 7. But I thank him every single time because we absolutely love having him there. He has been so fun to be a part of us, and he is so excited to do it. And he's just so kind and so nice, and he's always understood my concern with my tumblers, and he's always asked for instructions. So thank you, Brady, for the 101st time. We love having you down there. I have the CVC Awards Outstanding Recognition for the Sport of Cheerleading with honorable mention certificates, and I have those tonight for Anna Niedzwicki and Sarah Anderson. Lastly is the MVC Award for the Most Valuable Cheerleader. Tonight, this is going to a young lady who made great contributions to our team this season and throughout her career through her dedication and outstanding performances. She is very valuable to our team and has a vision for cheer like no one else. She has grown so much this past year and continues to give her best effort during all practices and games, even this late into the season. She demonstrates leadership and team spirit. The Fall Cheer MVC is Sarah Anderson.
Thank you, Coach Horsfall. And transitioning easily, cheerleading and football usually go together. And football head coach Matt Rosati. Come on up, Coach.
Thank you, Mr. Rockwell. Ladies and gentlemen, just a few things that we as football players and football coaches, we never really get to say thank you to a few people in particular on a Friday night. Things that we really don't get to pay that close of attention to while we're playing, but we want to say thank you to the cheerleaders for everything that you do, rain and shine, no matter what the weather is. You guys are there supporting our team and our community. Our band, we have the best band in the land, and after every game, we really do try to pay our respects to the band for all the time and effort that they put into things. Our student section, same thing, rain and shine, they're there. They're athletes, they're everyone that comes out and supports us in the student section. We're very, very thankful. Our spirit girls that do so much for our senior boys, Every week they come through. So there are so many people that we need to be able to thank, and we're very, very grateful. We really are. To the crowd that comes out every Friday night, you truly are the best, and we enjoy playing for you. A few things about our football program. Football in Perry is alive and well. We've had a very, very successful run from really from the youth all the way through the junior high, and including our freshmen, our JV, and our varsity football program. Some things that these guys have accomplished. We have 20 seniors this year. 9 of them were here. They were all academic, CVC all academic. Our senior class is the most successful senior class in Perry history. Some things that we've accomplished over the years. We've beaten Riverside 13 of 14 times. We've won the Brown Jug for the past 5 consecutive years. We've won 29 consecutive CVC football games. That's never been done in CVC history. We've defended our title 4 straight times. This senior class is 39-1 in the regular season. They've had 3 10-0 seasons. They've also, as far as our season is concerned, the Perry Pirates are the highest scoring football team in the state of Ohio for the 2019 season. They've, considering that there were 5 games where the starters only played a half. So we're very, very grateful for our success, and we're very thankful for all of you that have come out to support us. We've won 26 consecutive home football games, and we hope to make it 27 on Saturday night, and we hope that you all can come out and support us. A few other things that I definitely need to mention. We have such outstanding young men that have put so much effort into everything that they've accomplished, and we have great coaches, and I really do. We're very thankful for everything that everybody's done for us. We have no CVC awards because our meeting is on Sunday, so we have no honors for our guys yet until next week. So with that being said, Mr. Rockwell, we'll be ready to go on Saturday night, and hopefully every Saturday from that point on until December 7th. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. Yes, one of those unique situations that I mentioned at the beginning where one of our teams is still playing. We don't have an MVP. We don't have all CVC. We don't have any type of postseason award other to say that we're one of 32 teams in the Division IV state playoffs. As Coach mentioned, our game is Saturday night here against Girard, who knocked us out last year. So hopefully we get our chance to take some revenge out on Girard on Saturday. If anybody needs tickets, we don't have them here necessarily with us. If you want to buy them tonight, they're on sale at the PAC until 9 p.m. and then all day tomorrow and Friday at the athletic office or at the fitness center main desk there. We do ask if you're coming to the game to buy your tickets, please, in advance. The way the OHSAA works things out, any money, it's an OHSAA game, so we can't accept passes, but they get all the money at the gate. Anything we sell pre-sale, which you save $1, so they're $8 instead of $9 at the gate, we get 20% of that back as an athletic department. So please, if you are going to come to the game, please consider buying in advance for that and for future weeks as well. Those will be online only. We'll get into that after Saturday. All right, that's my public service announcement about our game on Saturday, so buy your tickets in advance. Girls golf is our next sport up, and their head coach is Mr. Dave Cahoon. Coach Cahoon.
All right, girls golf, we had a great season. We improved a ton this year. We have no seniors, so everybody's coming back, so we're looking forward to having a lot of fun next year also. This year, 8-7. That is a big improvement from last year. 5-3 in the CVC, but we were just 1 stroke away from taking second place, and so that was a big improvement there also. We shaved off 14 strokes from last year's average, and so that's a big improvement also. Girls, nice job there. I want to thank administration, athletic department, awesome job. Transportation, without them we aren't going anywhere, so thank you very much for that. Coach Davidson, thank you for everything you do, because you've done a ton for us. Thank you. Madison Country Club also, because we get to play on a great course, and they're very welcoming there. And Mrs. Ovens, without her, we're not going to get anything done, so thank you a lot, Mrs. Ovens, for what you've done. So girls, I need you to come on up here, please. Olivia, come on up, Olivia Schaefer. I also need Ashley Anderson. These two girls have earned honorable mention for the CVC. This is Ashley's first year, and this is really Olivia's first year also, because last year she came out halfway through. So both of them have done a great job. Congratulations there. Please stay up there. I need Emma Peterzak, and I don't know if Rachel's here. Is Rachel here? No. Rachel Cumberledge also, second team CVC. This is Emma's first season. She's a freshman, and she did a great job. I do want to say also, Emma, I know that at the beginning of the season she went on vacation. She missed the preseason tournament. If she didn't miss that, she would have been first team, because she would have earned the points to do that. So she did a great job this year. And then also, I'd like to have Zoe Wiley up for first team CVC. Zoe was our lowest scorer, and she did a great job this year, and also just a team leader. And Zoe, thank you very much. You've earned that first team CVC. And also, Zoe is our MVP. Congratulations, Zoe.
All right, sticking with our golf theme here, we're going to move on to our boys program and their head coach, Mr. John Gardina.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to first and foremost thank God for giving me this opportunity to come back to my alma mater and coach. Also my wife and my family, that she's wrestling 4 kids right now on the couch, I'm sure. Hopefully no one broke an arm. I'm thankful there's no call to emergency room, which my brother's at right now with his wife, hopefully expecting a baby today on the same day of my dad's birth as well. So let's go for 2 Gardinas on the same day, right? November 6th. I want to thank my assistant coach, Steve Sable, and we actually had a volunteer this year, Mr. Steve Schubert. Sticking with the alliterations of Steve and Steve, I also want to thank TJ, Tony, Transportation, and Thompson. That is Dr. Jack Thompson. So, Mr. Stavar, I did learn something in your class, by the way. Our team this year finished with an overall record of 6-7. We have tough competition in our conference with Division I, Chagrin Falls, Hawken, and Orange. The great thing about our season is that we finished strong. Out of 16 teams in all the conference play, we finished 4th overall against the 16 teams for our postseason CVC tournament, and overall in our conference as well, the Chagrin Conference in 4th place as well. I would also like to say that, you know, we have had it started off in a rough beginning. Mel Walker, who's I would say he's one of the great men who served at Madison Country Club. He passed away this year. I worked there for over 30 years. So it was tough to begin the season with a loss with our Madison Country Club family. And they're always great to us, as Mr. Cahoon said. They're always a beautiful course to play on, and we're very fortunate to have the opportunity to be there every year. Okay, with accomplishments for the year, I'd like to call up Brad Peters and Emery Hunt for honorable mentions. Emery is a senior, great leader on the team. Always love having him out there, always has a nice smile. Very, very competitive young man. And I'm not going to tell the story against Kirtland, but I've never seen him so fierce before. Mr. Brad Peters, a junior, very stoic individual. If you don't know Brad, man of many words. Be quiet, Brad. We also had a first-time golfer, Mason Vershek, who he got called in to work tonight, so he was second team all-conference, just coming out for his first year. He told me he could play, and I said, okay, we'll see about that. And I guess he showed me that with his game, he became second place all-conference. Our first time back-to-back first team all-conference, Nick Carnevale. Nick was back-to-back runner-up for all conference against all the individuals in the conference that we have in Chagrin Falls. Nick? I said I look sharp. I must look pretty bad on the course then. I try my best, Mr. Porcello. So Nick Carnevale, just to tell a story about him, his first year he was maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. I watched him play baseball too, like a gazelle down the base paths. But he really found his niche in golf with the former player Stephen Bastion and others as well. And he just has a love for the game. We get there early, stay there late, lived on the course. Like I said, he was second back-to-back years and runner-up in the conference, Ohio Varsity Player of the Week. He was the individual medal winner at the conference tournament at the end of the year and first district qualifier in 5 years. With all these accolades, our MVP this year is Nick Carnevale.
Thank you, Coach Cardina. Switching sports into the soccer world here, we're going to start with our girls soccer team and their head coach, Mr. Rich Stabar.
Here's how things stand so far. Sarvis, 733. I know you had two teams. Horsefall, 503. Rosati, 328. Cahoon, 248. Coach Gardenia, 444. I shall begin. On behalf of the 2019 Perry women's soccer team, I'd like to thank the following. All the parents, especially Mrs. Lepp, our team mom, for assisting with senior night, Kick for the Cure, running lines, providing team meals, etc., etc. Our fans who served as models of good sportsmanship for the team and for those around them. I think comma placement is pretty key for that. Carino, for her punctuality, her enthusiasm, her crystal clear explanations, and her creative turns of phrase. Don't get out physical. And of course, Megan Trainer for dealing with our numerous injuries. We finished the season 5-8-4, and for a lot of you, you'll say, wow, big deal, that doesn't seem like a whole lot. It might not, but we did tie for second in our division of the CVC. That hasn't happened for an eternity. We tied a team that made it to the Elite Eight and then lost to another CVC team who went on to play in the Final Four this past weekend. And we managed to do those things while starting 7 underclassmen and fielding a team that really does not have a single year-round player. In addition, Carino wanted me to point out that we gave out 36% fewer goals than we did in 2018. That's pretty good. and that our team GPA was 3.78. It's true. We earned several conference awards this year. When I call your name, you'll come up. We'll get our photo op. No pieces of paper here, but a photo op for sure. Maybe hold your applause to the end so that I can win. Casey Cooney, second team All-CVC. You can call her C squared. Thanks, you're all very obedient. Holly Harvey, second team All-CVC. Mary Harvey, honorable mention, All-CVC. Elian Falvey, first team All-CVC, honorable mention, All Greater Cleveland. Alyssa Leopard, academic All-Ohio. Faye Maycad, first team All-CVC, honorable mention, All Greater Cleveland. Alexis No, second team All-CVC, honorable mention, All Greater Cleveland. Marcela Rodriguez, first team All-CVC, honorable mention, All Greater Cleveland. Hannah Wolf, honorable mention, All-CVC. For those of you who were wondering, I call them up by last name alphabetically. Ladies, it was an honor. I'd now like to introduce the team MVP as voted on by team members. This year's MVP is Elian Falvey.
Thank you, Coach Stavar, I think. I don't think you won, but congratulations, girls, on a great year. And as I mentioned, we're going to stick with our soccer theme here, and our boys head coach, Mr. Adam Wilson.
Good evening. Don't let Mr. Stavar's competition fool you. My speech was going to be short anyway. So, as always, thank you to Mr. Rockwell, Mrs. Ovens. Without that, our season would probably go downhill very fast because of me. Most of their days probably spent cleaning up my messes. Having said that, on the season we finished 7-7-5. It was with a very tough and competitive schedule. Our conference, unfortunately, we went winless, 2 ties and 3 losses. But having said that, we still had a very good year. Last year, we actually had a school record of only allowing 15 goals in all year, and we missed that mark by just 4 shy this year, so very good year defensively. This was also another school record for us because this is the third straight year that we were sectional champions, reaching the district semifinals 5 times in school history. Because of that, 9 players were awarded all conference and Greater Cleveland awards. They are CVC honorable mention, Colin Andre. CVC honorable mention, Ruben Aguilera. And Colin Andre was also Greater Cleveland honorable mention. Second team, all CVC and honorable mention, Greater Cleveland, Calvin Rowan. First team, all CBC and Greater Cleveland honorable mention, David Paquin. And first team, all CBC and first team Greater Cleveland, Kyle Rowan. All right. And the team voted MVP this year is Kyle Rowan.
Thank you, Coach Wilson. Congratulations, boys, on a great year. Moving on to our girls tennis program and their head coach, Mr. Rob Walker. Coach.
Forgot the mic. I'd like to start out by thanking the athletic department and transportation with all the cancellations due to the northern Ohio weather. Thanking my assistant coach, uniform director, and awards director, Coach Kathy Walker. A couple of our... You're holding up my time. Lori Fletcher and Tanya Robinson for everything you did, for getting all the stuff you do for the girls. Thank you. Overall, we had a great season. We were 10-5 overall, 7-1 in the CBC, tied for first place in the regular season, second place by 1 point to Geneva in the conference tournament. We had four new letter winners, so we put that together with only 4 returning and 1 senior. I want to get some awards. We had all 7 of the girls we took to the conference tournament get Chagrin Valley awards. First team at first singles, Anna Fletcher. Second team at second singles, our lone senior, Meredith Robinson. Our first doubles team, Nikki Rosati and Zoe Hicks, second team all conference. Our second doubles team, Caitlin Himalaya and Tessa Motes. I did those in order from first singles all the way down to second doubles, except for Emily Sheridan's second team, and also she won the Ohio Tennis Coaches Association's Silver Racket Award, which you got to be a junior carrying a 3.7 GPA and at least 2 letters, I believe. Congratulations. We also gotta find it. Anna Fletcher was the Chagrin Valley Conference MVP, winning first place at the conference tournament at first singles. Thanks, Ghost. You want to get a picture? Picture? Photo op? You want me to get in? Here. we also let the girls vote for MVP honors. It was a tie this year between our senior Meredith Robinson and first singles Anna Fletcher. Come on back up, girls.
Thank you. All right. Just like Coach Stavar, we are alphabetical tonight, so wrapping things up here in Goodwin Theater for our Fall Sports Awards, our last team this evening, certainly not least, as they won their CBC title, first time in 15 years, their head coach, Mr. Mike Fitzgerald.
I'll get my thank yous out of the way first. I'd also like to thank Mr. Rockwell and Mrs. Ovens. They put up with a lot for me this year. I'd like to thank Transportation. All of our parents, our team moms, Tracy Woodward, Kate Schultz, and now Missy Moon, thank you for orchestrating our fundraisers, our team meals. I appreciate all that. The girls want to thank our #1 fan, Ruben, wherever you're at over there, Ruben. I also want to thank my assistant coach, Rachel. Without her knowledge of volleyball, I don't think we'd be where we finished today, so thank you, Coach Rachel. Also to our JV coach, Coach Tiffany, and our freshman coach, Coach Lilly. Thank you guys also. Quick season recap. Our girls started the summer out. They played in Summer League down at NEO and were undefeated in Summer League, so that kind of started out our year. Our freshmen finished 11-2. Our JV finished 11-5, and our varsity crew finished 15-9 at 11-2 in the CBC. First time CBC champs since 2004. It's been 15 years, so great job, ladies. We were actually 3 points away from being solo champs against Beechwood, but it didn't happen. I'm going to call up our CBC teams now. First, I'll call up our honorable mentions. First is Emily Chaplin. Also, our other honorable mention would be Mary Bjorkson. Our second team, I'll just call up both of them, Mandy Schultz and Jalen Tomowitz. And our first team, CBC, Candace Woodward and Sammy DeBeese. I'd also like to mention, I just actually found out last night that Candace is also honorable mention for all district. So we just found that out last night. So everybody can go except Candace. I'm gonna make you stand right here. Candace is our MVP of the year. Candace was our libero. She was also one of our captains. She gives a few things I want to say about her. She gives 100% practice no matter what's going on, games. I think if you see her jerseys after the game, you'll know that. She's ripped or got blood on every single one of them, which I have to buy all new ones now. She's always helping and encouraging teammates. She was CBC Player of the Week on 2 occasions and of the match 5 times. Candace reached a milestone this season and reached 1,000 digs, and she also had 509 digs this season alone, so that's pretty impressive. Candace finished the season first in aces in our division, second in digs, and we're going to miss her next year. So Candace is our MVP.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Coach mentioned, our CBC champions for the first time in volleyball in 15 years. Chagrin Valley Conference gives out a plaque to each championship team. So I'm going to present this to Coach Fitzgerald and the ladies. Congratulations, girls. Hold on, Coach. The Chagrin Valley Conference also now votes on their Coach of the Year. It used to be the Coach of the Year, just if you won the CBC championship, you get Coach of the Year. It is now voted on by his peers, and I'm happy to announce Coach Mike Fitzgerald was the 2019 CBC Volleyball Coach of the Year. Congratulations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a few notes here before we leave. Again, please refer to your program as to where your teams are going to be meeting, if they're meeting tonight. A couple of notes, upcoming season. I wanted to say I noticed a marked improvement in our attendance. I know Ruben at volleyball matches and some of the guys were there supporting our teams. I think it was a great fall. And with the way we've worked the Red Army out now, all students, grades 9 through 12, do get into every meet, match, whatever game for free. So there's no reason for you to not come out and support your teammates. We're looking forward to a great winter. Obviously being inside, the louder we are, the better we are. Let's really pack the house for our winter sports teams coming up. Our first home swim meet is December 3rd. That's a Tuesday night against Edgewood. Our first girls game is the next night at home against Lakeside, December 4th. So those are the two that we've got on the schedule for sure. Wrestling is on the road to start the season. We'll see when basketball is going to get underway. But please continue to support your classmates here as we start the winter season and continue that great job that you did in the fall. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap it up. Congratulations to all of our sports teams. Good luck to our football team. Remember to buy your tickets before the game. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
When you smile, does the whole world smile with you? Dr. Rusty Albrecht, Dr. Chandis Richards, and Dr. London Albrecht are committed to improving your smile. At Albrecht Family Dentistry, we can handle all your dental needs, including dental implants, crowns, dentures, partials, relines, extractions, root canals, veneers, tooth whitening, and clear braces. Don't let anything stand between you and the smile that you've always wanted. Call 440-358-0495.